The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him. And if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. They'll run with the second-round pick in the April draft. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. They'll stay on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. They'll go play action with Nix. This is intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
Well, the nice thing about the NFL, Mike, is there's always next week. If you're coming off a good game, you got to put it to bed and come back and play well again. But in this case, things could not have gone much worse for this guy last week.
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
This is caught down that right sideline. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Packers. On the bootleg, it's Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Love. That's to Dobbs again. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. On play action, Love. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Love to throw. And he's in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Packers. It's his second touchdown of the year. Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back, 1st and 10. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Evan Ingram, the intended target. And now it's 4th down. The Broncos bringing out their punter. This is taken at his own 30. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Packers offense ready for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. This is taken in by Dobbs. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing is Love. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pickup there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll run with Jacobs. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And this time, he's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Second down. Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. So, after 1, 14-0 is our score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. First and 10 now from the 36. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throw it. Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Back to throw is Nix. This one intercepted. Picked off by Javon Bullard.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Love. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down. In motion, Reed. A good play action with Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed.
I'll tell you what, Mike, Considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
And they'll hold them to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. To throw is Love. He's going to let this one go deep. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. Packers set to kick this one away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He finds his tight end, Ingram, and they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch. Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. They'll throw. It's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. On 2nd down, Love. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On play action, Love. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And he will have a Packers 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. On first down, it's Love. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. From the gun, it's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Here's Love to throw. The open man is Reed. He's got it.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Broncos offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Packers have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. The Broncos going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime now at Lambeau, and the Packers are on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet.
As we expected.
I think there could still be some
see
fireworks
if there's a surprise
yet to come.
Coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. This is taken in by Dobbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Love to throw.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Love. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8.
Here we go.
Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Now, faking the give. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Kingsley Enagbare there for the tackle. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, Packers. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. A good play action with Love. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
There's that man again. Another catch.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. He's to the 15, and he will go all the way. Troy Franklin, touchdown Broncos. Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Broncos are back in this one. It's 17-7. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. To throw is Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Throwing is Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Green Bay first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the gun, it's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Hey, that ought to be enough. Yeah, he's got the first down up to the 25-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. We'll try to get this one on the ground. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Broncos.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? how well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations? Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
On second down, it's Nix. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And they have definitely righted some wrongs after the loss of the opener. They have the lead here, and they start this possession 1st and 10. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
He's going to keep it himself. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. Now Love. Toward the outside. Catch made by Watson. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, Packers.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. Here's Love to throw. This is taken in by Dobbs. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Broncos have it. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage, and then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. the middle with Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And this has to feel good for this team, Greg. After losing week 1, to continue to add to the lead here in the fourth quarter and get themselves likely back to 500.
Yeah, just a really nice bounce-back performance. After talking to them, they felt really disappointed in their week 1 performance. They felt like they got off to a slow start, Mike. So now here in week 2, bounce back, deal with a little adversity early in the season. I think this is going to bode well as the rest of this year plays on.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down, Nix. That's caught. It's the tight end, Ingram.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's going to run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. That one good for 15 and a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Inside the 10, it is caught. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Nix. And he'll take it on in. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Broncos back within 10. It's now 24-14. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. He's to the 40.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Packers offense ready to get back at it. And they look to finish it off here in the fourth. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. On the handoff, This is Jacobs. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Open man downfield. That's Ingram. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win for the Packers. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago, and they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.